Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd love to do this morning is to go through a book, and the book that I've selected for today's episode is entitled Good Anxiety, a book that was published on the 6th of September 2022 by an author who goes by the name of Dr. Wendy Suzuki. What a curious and interesting title for a book. Good Anxiety. The title itself feels and sounds like an oxymoron. How could anxiety ever be good? But by the time you reach the last page of this book, that question has been replaced with a quiet sense of understanding and even gratitude. So let's go for a walk and talk and see what we can glean, what we can take, and what we can learn from this particular book and incorporate into our own inventory of skills, knowledge, wisdom, and potential power. Dr. Suzuki is a neuroscientist with both deep expertise and a warm human voice, who takes something we often see as a curse and reframes it as a hidden superpower. She doesn't dismiss anxiety or sugarcoat it. Instead, she explains how our anxious energy can be redirected. This is really powerful. How the very sensations we associate with panic or stress can become powerful symbols for growth, empathy, creativity, and courage. One of the book's striking parts is Suzuki's own story, how she transformed her anxiety about work, burnout, and loneliness into motivation to care for her brain, her body, and her relationships. Through brain science and relatable life examples, she shows that anxiety isn't the enemy, but avoidance of anxiety is your ultimate enemy. How the very sensations one associates with panic or stress can become signals for growth, and that the goal isn't to erase these feelings, but to learn from them and to let them, to allow them to guide us towards what truly matters. So the first key message to come from this book is where we learn that anxiety is information and it's not identity. one's anxious thoughts aren't proof of weakness. They're signals that something needs attention or care. The next key message to come from this author is that one needs to use what you've got and to reframe it, and not to repress it, not to push it back, and not to run from it. Because when you shift from I'm anxious to my body is alert, you reclaim absolute control and soften fear's grip. Because when it's all said and done, you can use your anxious energy as fuel. You can channel it into focus, preparation, and empathy. And the same adrenaline that makes you nervous can also make you very, very powerful. The author also makes it no secret that self-care can also be brain care. Exercise, movement, sleep, and meaningful connection are not luxuries. They're the neurological reset buttons that we all need to be able to access and to use, and not to simply dismiss. And the author also touches on another interesting topic, where she talks about how gratitude can change the chemistry of your brain, because even a few moments of appreciation can calm the brain's stress response and create what the author describes as emotional balance. And in summary, Dr. Wendy Suzuki reminds us that anxiety isn't a flaw for us to fix or to overly worry about. It's a feature of being a beautifully and messy human. A feature, what a way to describe it. It's a human feature that is there to be used and to be appreciated and acknowledged and leveraged, I guess, is the best way to describe what Wendy Suzuki is trying to share with us. And it's important to understand also that good anxiety doesn't just teach us how to calm our nerves, it teaches us how to make peace with them, and in doing so, to make peace with yourself at the same time. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club, where I come to you today from the Ryde Ferry Wharf on this spectacular morning, where we're seeing the sun rise. We can hear the hum of the traffic, We can hear the birds singing. There's a little swallow here on the railing giving us a beautiful tune, and it's the beginning of yet another day where I, as well as the rest of Sydney, the rest of Australia, is getting up, getting ready to take on yet another day in their lives, and hopefully to make the most of it. So take care, wishing you all the best, and we'll chat again soon, where hopefully I can come to you again from another place, highlighting and showcasing the beauty of this city, the beauty of the world, and to overlay it with a message of empowerment. Yasas, take care, and bye for now.